1 2 1 2. Sons of Jacob is here to let you know how it really is. To hell with the fakers. That's right. To hell with the sellouts and the Uncle Toms. We're gonna show you how a nation's supposed to be. Sons of Jacob for the 9-8. Bring it.
This world's synthetic, plus hectic, can't forget pathetic. The way the seats rule the streets, it seems prophetic to me. Living in curses of Deuteronomy, slavery, oppression, and history. Already documented before it came to be. Master arts, lyrical chivalry. Now watch the gear shift, you're dealing with lyrical lords that will scores and swords, slice and dice your vocal cords. Psalms 144, the Lord teaches my hands to war. You don't believe? Read Exodus 15 and verse 3 and see how we deal. And still nothing but the real. IQAhmath, he signed a seal with buckler and shield. You bust this, you use weed as crutches. I hate that, it's like them high school lunches. I take them out in bunches, leave them laying wet like a tongue kiss. You wish to be like me, check the suffix. I snipe an Amalekite or an Edomite on sight. While you stand there looking dumb, these birds spray you like submachine guns. When I try to rise like a turn of the Hun, chuck up another one from a dirty dozen brethren and fly high like a chariot in the heavens. You counterfeit to Devin when the sons of Jacob step in. All this stuff in the sequence like it's vexing, can't be moved in small spaces. I'm fighting spiritual wickedness in higher places, disappear with no traces. So watch what we kick, we pull licks, dip in the black like an eclipse.
Separate the lie from the memorettes, exposing the fake. Jake's the lie, should remember that. They chosen they fake, dead weight, we decapitate for the sake of the laws. We let the 9s fire, bust the shots off for the cause. Separate the lie from the memorettes, exposing the fake. Jake's the lie, should remember that. They chosen they fake, dead weight, we decapitate for the sake of the laws. We let the 9s fire, bust the shots off for the cause.
It wasn't meant for this from the start out. You done corrupted the art and took all the heart out. To reach our people without the enemy understanding. But now you done fell into his line of demanding. Because pimps and hoes is what sells. We got blunt smokers and yak sippers on the sale. It all jet propels with the quickness and starts spreading throughout our people like a sickness. And because wickedness abounds with the thickness, all you industry niggas next up on the hit list, but not the billboard. You're about to feel scores in the name of your house shot, the real Lord. Y'all always claim about keeping it real, but you some house niggas never seen no parts of the field with your funny pose in your videos and your clown suit nigga using chickaboo. They got you jumping around, smiling like a Sambo, and you think it's all good like Cannibals. You got those promoting dope token and weed smoking. You only provoking me to cut your ass wide open. You got the wise hoping for something real. Got our people cut, but sons of Jacob came to heal and reveal those who faking and shaking for the big time paper making.
Separate the lie from the memorettes, exposing the fake. Jake's the lie, should remember that. They chosen they fake, dead weight, we decapitate for the sake of the laws. We let the 9s fire, bust the shots off for the cause. Separate the lie from the memorettes, exposing the fake. Jake's the lie, should remember that. They chosen they fake, dead weight, we decapitate for the sake of the laws. We let the 9s fire, bust the shots off for the cause. Separate the lie from the memorettes, exposing the fake. Jake's the lie, should remember that. They chosen they fake, dead weight, we decapitate for the sake of the laws. We let the 9s fire, bust the shots off for the cause. Separate the lie from the memorettes, exposing the fake. Jake's the lie, should remember that. They chosen they fake, dead weight, we decapitate for the sake of the laws. We let the 9s fire, bust the shots off for the cause.
Well. Back for another episode. DSTM. This is your brother IQAhmath, IQAhmath first name. IQ is all the same. Shabbat shalom to the family that's in the house. If you're watching this on Saturday, during the day of the Sabbath, good morning, good afternoon. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, we're doing Friday Night Lights tonight, man. If you ain't up, you're missing it live, right? All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, man. Another Friday Night Lights. Haven't done one in a hot second, so it's that time again, right? Hopefully everybody's doing well that's in the chat, man. Shout out to my brother Ashar, the House of Bayan. Shalak, hey Shalak, I hit you up, man. Hopefully I see you live, man, so you must be doing all right. You're in the house, shalom. Kohath, shalom, there you go. Carlos, shalom. And anybody else is going to be watching the live as you tune in, it's time, it gets the ticking, the notifications go out slow, if at all. And if you're watching at a later date, shalom. Hopefully everybody's well. And this message and this transmission to disrupt the system finds you in good spirits and well. Got a few things to discuss this evening. I'm going to be reacting a little bit to that presidential debacle. I mean, the debate, Shalaki. The debate, debacle, whatever, right? We see the Hegelian dialectic going full steam ahead. You notice how the transferring of everything is Venezuelan migrants now within 7 days. It's Haitian cannibals and Haitian uh, animal eating, witch doctors is taking over Ohio and various other, states. Um, we got the shake, rattle, and rolling out here in Cali, man. They saying that we've had the most 4.0 or greater earthquakes in a year. I think they saying ever. So are we preparing for the big one? They're talking about how the fault lines are super active, stretching all the way up into Oregon and Washington. Are we ready for a San Andreas event? We know the scriptures speak about earthquakes in diverse places. We know about great destructions happening via earthquakes, whether they're through the fault lines or whether they're through the bombs. The land is going to be shaking one way or the other, right? Economic destruction is happening right before our eyes as the two flapping lips of, the four flapping lips between Kamal Now Harris and Agent Orange, both promising that they're going to, be able to resuscitate the smother of harlots known as Babylon. Now this thing is over with, man. Dead on arrival. You dig what I'm saying? Like they're out here selling dreams. It's not going down. Hashamai Shalom, sis. But yeah, we're going to talk about it all. Strap in, get ready. If you have not already wiped your feet before you came up in here, please do so. Do an about face. Get out. Walk yourself out. Wipe your feet. You know what that means. Either do this, or one way or the other. You got to acknowledge when you're at the house. Right? Do that. Come on back in and have a seat. Have a seat. Plates is already warm. All you got to do is just partake with me. All right. Do that. If you feel that the message that through the spirit of the Most High, Yahweh delivers this evening, and you want to share this with your family, friends, your social media, whatever, do that. Do that, right? All right. But other than that, man, we're gonna get to it. Even though there's even more going on, Putin is talking about how much closer we are to World War III. But he laid out and drew a clear line, and we're going to see just how close we are to World War III in a minute. And I know it sounds repetitive. I know it sounds like, he said that every week. Everybody's saying this every week. All the Israelites are saying World War. Hey, walk with me though. Walk with me. We're going to connect the dots. We're going to kind of see, what are the world leaders talking about? What are they prepping for? What are they acknowledging? What lines in the sand have been laid out in order to get us a greater understanding of where we're at? So let's get to it. Let me remove that. Let me do this one more time. And yeah, there we go. All right. So here we go. Breaking news. Now, this may be breaking to you, maybe not. Who knows? This actually broke yesterday. There's a video of him acknowledging this. So it's not some AI drawn article. This ain't fear mongering. He said this live. I don't have the video. Maybe some of y'all seen it. Maybe you haven't. But this is what he says. Vladimir Putin warns the U.S. and NATO will be at war with Russia if Ukraine is allowed to use long-range missiles. Now, this is how you know that America is running everything, right? This is how you know that America is running everything. Because number one, this mother of harlots, this Babylon, this beast system that's being held up by America is controlling the do's and don'ts in the engagement of war that Ukraine can do. So Ukraine is waiting for the green light from the U.S. in order to say whether or not they can bomb the interiors of Russia. Can they use long-range missiles? Can they use the F-16s? Can they use them? They got to go back to, you know, the madam, this hoe known as America, to get permission for anything. So at this point, America's been saying, no, hold on. Y'all can't use them long-range missiles. Because once you do, you know what time it is. Ukraine is saying, we're over here getting smashed on. We need to have access to these things. Why are they begging America? Why do they need permission? Why do they need the green light from America if they don't run everything? Let's look at that real quick. Now let's look at this real quick. Revelation 17, 1 and 2. It says, and there came one of the seven angels, which had seven vials. The seven vials are the seven judgments and plagues that's to hit this place, right? So it says there were seven angels and had seven vials. So there's going to be a complete taking down of this place known as America, the mother of harlots. Okay. And the vials are like the plagues. Okay. Let's look at you know what? I'm tripping. Let's look at this real quick. Revelation 16:1, it says, and I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth. So when you understand what the vials are, these are the judgments. This represents the wrath of the Most High. These are going to be plagues, destruction, death, mayhem, all of the above, right? And it's to be poured out upon this place, upon this great whore that sits upon many waters. Why? Because she's puppeteering this harlot, this hoe, this place known as America. They're puppeteering all of the activities in the earth, economically, war, resources, religions, what else? Politics, governments, you name it. They call all the shots from headquarters right here. This is why the acronym of USA under Satan's authority is right here. Yeah, this is where the hub of all manners of wickedness comes from. So it says, and there came one of the seven angels, which had the seven vials, meaning what? The seven judgments of the Most High, the anger of the Most High, the wrath of the Most High, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. So what's going to happen to this great whore that's sitting upon many waters? Now, if you read later on in the chapter, it's going to tell you the many waters are peoples. Let's drop down, read verse 15. Salaki just jumped over a chapter. Verse 15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. What other place is known as the great melting pot, the land of opportunity, the place where all nations dwell, where all nations come flow to, the land of opportunity, the place where you can get a white picket fence, 2-story house, two and a half kids, and a dog. This is where all the peoples are at. This is where all the tongues are at. Multiple tongues. You're not going to see multiple tongues jumping off outside of America. You get Russia. I mean, you can get Russian, you can get Portuguese, you can get Spanish, you can get French Creole, you can get French, you can get Tagalog, you can get Castilian Spanish. You get every. I mean, you still got indigenous language being spoken here from Navajos and Hopis and from the Cherokee and from the Blackfoot. They're still speaking various tongues here. All the peoples are here, right? This is how we know that this great whore that's going to be judged sitting upon many waters is America. Dropping down to verse 2, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication. They've already engaged in a fornicating relationship. They're already locked in. They've already committed massive sins with this great whore. They've received the rewards. When they got in bed with America to receive the benefits, they want the money, they want the fame, they want the power, they want the glory, they want to be on TV, they want radio. You understand what I'm saying? All the nations, they want the resources, they want the oil, they want to have access to the slaves, the children of Israel. How you say, oh, slaves? What are we talking about, IQ? Hold on. Revelation 18. Let's jump back over here. And I want to read, where are we at? Here we go. Verse 12. Revelation 18 and 12. It says, the merchandise of gold and silver, the precious stones, and all the pearls and fine linen and purple and silk. This is everything that Babylon, presents. Everything, all the resources that it has, all the merchants of the earth, all the kings of the earth are partaking in the trades, the tariffs, the imports, the exports, everything that America has to offer, and they all partake in it. Pearls and fine linen, purple, silk, scarlet, and all the thine wood, and all manners of vessels of ivory, and all manners of vessels of precious wood, and of brass, and of iron, and marble, and cinnamon, and odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour. In the ancient days, these were all precious things that were of utmost value, right? Transfer those things into the agriculture. Like, all you got to do is go back to the lesson that I did regarding the fatness of the earth and how America is that fatness of the earth where Esau would be dwelling. All of the resources it has, from the gold to the oil. What do you think the Spaniards was coming over here for when they found the cities of gold? The Montezuma, Ponce de Leon, thinking he's finding the fountain of youth and gold and resources, the oil. It's all right here. When you're talking about the farmlands, America's farmland and the plains areas where the Cherokee dwelt, rivals the same type of harvest that are being grown over in the Ukraine, that they're calling the breadbasket of the world. America's got all of that and some. And the nations come over here to exploit it. You think people over there in Japan, they're driving around with Nissans and Lexuses and all that? No, they import them over here. They're over there riding bikes and on the trains. Where they know they're going to get them things sold off? Right here. What about Mercedes and what are the Rolls Royces and the Bentleys and other? They ain't driving them damn things over there in Europe unless you're uber wealthy. Otherwise, they know over here in America they're gonna get it. All the luxury car sales that's going on, 310 motors and everything, they know they're gonna get it sold over here, man. All the nations come over here with their recipes, opening up their various restaurants. You got Ethiopian cuisine, you can have West African cuisine, you can have Italian, you can have Chinese, Japanese. Negroes out here eating raw fish and sushi all of a sudden with their pinkies up with a damn latte. You can have it all here. I mean, good Lord, when I first started seeing Jakes out here talking about going to Starbucks and coffee bean getting lattes, I was like, what? When did this start happening? Negroes out here eating damn sushi and all. I'm like, what? When in the hood did you know anything about some damn sushi? Oh man, you gotta expand your palate, man. There's a lot of stuff out there. You gotta get out the hood. Get out of here. To eat some damn raw fish? Are you serious? That's not going down. But all of these things, all these resources that America, aka Babylon, has offered is right here. Getting to the point that I made. While the other nations, they want access to the slaves. They want access to the Israelites. And cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. This is where all of the access to those things is at, right here in the Babylon. We were brought over here as slaves in captivity. Deuteronomy 28, we all know that. You understand what I'm saying? And this is where the other nations are taking advantage of. So when Ukraine is begging America for access to weapons, they got to come to this great whore for it. They got to come to this hoe for it. Back to Revelation 17:2, it says, whom with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So, when we get back to the article and we see here that Vladimir Putin is warning the US and NATO that all hell is going to break loose if they give the green light for these long range missiles to be used, he means that. See, why did he say that? Because he says in the video, for anybody who's seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, he basically said these long range missiles can only be utilized and guided through satellite systems that NATO or the US can control and run. He said the Ukrainians don't have the knowledge on how they actually use these things. So if they actually do get put to use, he knows for a fact that the US and NATO is guiding and utilizing these missiles. He said that by default means we're at World War III and we're going to take proper actions on defending ourselves because the Ukrainians don't have the knowledge on how to use these long-range missiles. They have to have access to the satellite systems and to the radar communications that only the US or NATO knows how to use. So he said, if they come out, I know who's behind it. You do it and it's on. Putin has warned the US and NATO would be at war with Russia if the West lets Ukraine use long-range missiles. US and British foreign ministers met President Volodymyr Zelensky in Kyiv on Wednesday with the war at a pivotal point. American officials have also been discussing easing restrictions on the use of weapons that could strike deep inside Russia. Did you hear that? American officials have also been discussing easing restrictions on the use of weapons that could strike deep inside. So America's ready to call their bluff. Look at this. This is just today. Biden signals openness to using Western long-range missiles inside Russia as he meets Britain's leaders to discuss. So the US and Great Britain are already saying, yeah, we heard what he said, but guess what? We need this war to jump off. We need this thing to go down. They're getting ready to lose Ukraine after they've been backing it, after NATO's been backing it, after NATO's been helping. They're not going to take that loss. So the response from Putin was clear. If you use these missiles, I know you behind it, US. I know you behind it, NATO. We might as well get World War III cracking because Biden's saying, yeah, well, guess what? I guess the cat's out the bag. We might as well go ahead on and just go ahead and launch these missiles or give them the okay to do it. And we can go help them make it happen. If that goes down, World War III is cracking. And you see it is on the table. Putin drew his line. He said, this is what it's going to take. And Biden says, well, let's talk about it. They ain't talking about, oh, you know what? No, we can't do that. No, we're going to stay away from that. We don't want to. They're saying, no, well, let's do it then. Let's game plan it. Let's war plan it out. President Slow Biden is signaling new openness. I mean, where's he been at? Somebody woke him up? Because he's sure been on the DL since he dropped out the race. He popped up at the 9/11 memorial a couple days ago. Other than that, ain't nobody seen him, man. He probably over there taking a couple bumps up his nose with his son, relaxing like, you know what? I'm out of here in a few more months, man. I can go right off into the sunset. I'm going back on the beach. I'm going to get a little more nose candy, man, and do my thing with my son before he go to jail. But when he does pop up, he's still pushing war. So before he leaves, he might leave his mark and say, y'all kicked me out this little race, man. You saying I couldn't do it? Guess what? I'm going to go ahead on and just leave y'all with World War III on your hands. He could do that. While he still got power, over the next 4 months, he could push the panic button and say, you know what? Boom, F it. Because according to Agent Orange, the chump, and the rest of his constituents, he's saying Slow Biden was salty that they forced him out. You know, Nancy Pelosi turned her back on him. Kamala turned her back on him. You know, Esau's prideful. Who knows? He could have been like, all right, you know what? Y'all do me like that? Okay. What if I go ahead and while I'm still the leader of the free world and I still got the nuclear codes, what if I decide to just open up the door on World War III, man, and just leave y'all with a whole mess? He about to kick the bucket anyway. It ain't like he gonna see it all. He ain't gonna see it through. You dig what I'm saying? He could just sabotage the whole thing. Who knows? All we do know is he's saying full steam ahead. Bump whatever Putin's talking about. So look, President Joe Biden is signaling new openness and allowing Ukraine to fire missiles provided by the West on targets deep inside Russia and plans to discuss the matter with his new British counterpart at the White House on Friday. Ahead of the meeting, U.S. officials said they did not expect Biden would immediately sign off on allowing U.S.-provided Army tactical missile systems, known as ATACMS, to be launched on targets inside Russia far from the Ukrainian border. But like the U.S., the United Kingdom has sent its own long-range Storm Shadow missiles to Kyiv. Their use, along with use of similar weapons from France, is currently limited to within Ukraine, and any change will require a U.S. sign-off. There's more proof that who's running the show. Nothing is done unless the U.S. signs off on it. That's done by nations in NATO, Ukraine, Taiwan, around the world. Don't nobody make moves unless the U.S. signs off on it. It says it's a matter of discussion on Friday's talks. So the UK is already saying we're already sending in our long-range Storm Shadow missiles. Russia's like, okay, I'm really focusing on the U.S. He's already made mention. I'm ready to just go ahead and take the UK off the map. His first two targets he made mention. He says either going to be France or the UK. And he said France in particular, he said he's ready to wipe them out and take them off the map. So we'll see where this goes. Remember this? Uh-oh. See, now you don't want to talk, huh? What happened with the sound? Oh, why are they playing me? Why are they playing me? Can y'all hear it? Put a 7 in the chat if y'all can hear it, because I sure can't. For some reason, they got the sound. This video is not playing the sound. But if y'all remember, man, I did this little short. And Slow Biden was talking about if, the idea of them sending F-16s and tanks and this, that, and the third is World War III. Now, look, I'm pausing it because he said if the U.S. intervenes and sends planes, F-16s and tanks and troops and this, that, and the third, is World War III. So I attached some headline articles. U.S. is running low on some weapons and ammunition to transfer to Ukraine. Biden announces U.S. will send Abrams tanks to Ukraine, signaling a new phase of the war. Because he said, if we're sending tanks over there, it's World War III. So there's a headline from USA Today that they sent tanks over there. I don't know why the sound ain't playing. I'm mad now. What the hell? That's what he said. We're talking World War III. EU official, Russia shifts the war focus to NATO and the West. I don't know why the sound ain't playing, but it's okay. It's all right. You look on the channel and you look under our shorts, you'll see it on there. Anyway, let's continue on. I don't know why the sound didn't play. It is what it is. Here's another headline regarding this warfare. Russia says it could combine with China if they face a threat. Well, how long have I been saying that? How long has this been being discussed? We already know who the allegiances are. Now they're going on record, right? But, make no mistake about it. That's scriptural. Let's go to Jeremiah 48. Jeremiah 48. Why is Moab being involved in this? You know, let me read this headline and we'll look at the scripture. Russia says it could combine with China if they faced a threat. So if Russia feels threatened, China's already said we got your back. They said that they've got uh, I think they said like an unlimited partnership, basically saying anything goes. Good, bad, or indifferent, right or wrong, we're getting each other's back. Look at this. Russia has declared that its partnership with China could see the two nations' combined potential if faced with a threat from the United States. So the threat was just acknowledged. Slow Biden just said that they are considering going and moving forward with utilizing long-range missiles into Russia. Putin said, that's my red line. You do that, it's a problem. Threat means you just made a threatening gesture, threatening words. That doesn't mean the actions already took place. That means that you said something that posed a threat to somebody else. You said something that could potentially bring harm to someone else. That's a threat. So now we're hearing that if threats are even made, and Slow Biden just clearly made a threat. Russia and China said they're getting together to take on the U.S. And then you wonder if America's going to be destroyed. First of all, you've got, I think China is number 3 in nuclear armaments. Russia's number 1. America's number 2. China's number 3. You've got 2 of the top 3 nuclear threats going against the one. Who do you think is going to win that? Logic and common sense will tell you 2 against 1, you're probably going to lose that one, right? Even the scriptures tell you that about the we'll get back to Jeremiah. Did I spell it right? Come on. There you go. I think it's in 10. No, that's not the one I want. This is the one I want. Ecclesiastes 4:9. 2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their labor. I mean, even the scriptures will give us that principle. There is no, America cannot fight off 2 of the top nuclear powers by themselves. And I say by themselves because although they'll have NATO to help them, NATO needs America. America is a driving force. America is the engine that pushes NATO. If they get taken out, the rest of the European nations are finished. That's like you send out your biggest, baddest bully on the block, and he gets tapped up. The rest of the gang of the hood or whatever, they're gonna be like, oh shoot, Big Dog just got knocked out, man. We ain't got a chance in hell, man. Let's get up out of here. And that's what it's gonna be. So Russia and China's already made acknowledgement that they're going to team up. They said even if a threat is made, well, threats was made. I want to see if they stand on it. It says, I would like to remind you that Moscow and Beijing will respond to double containment by the United States with double counteraction. Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova said yesterday. She said Russia and China had a strategic partnership that was not aggressive in its intent, but affirmed that the 2 would combine to give an appropriate rebuff to any aggressive policy of attack implemented against them. So China now has inserted themselves within this war with their particular stance with America. With Russia against America. You know, we already know economically they've teamed up with the BRICS. Militarily, they've made a solidified front. You've got North Korea They stood and said, we're in solidarity with Russia. Iran is. You understand what I'm saying? Like, America's in trouble, man. But look, Moab is in trouble too. They're going to insert themselves because of their loyalty to their white zaddy, man. They love the white man so damn much. And throughout the scriptures, we always see the relationship between Moab, Edom, and Ammon. You know, they're always in cahoots together, somehow, some way. Moab is going to experience loss as well. Look at this in Jeremiah 48 and 11. It says, Moab have been at ease from his youth, and he hath settled on his lees, and have not been emptied from vessel to vessel. So, in other words, they're saying Moab has been at ease for some time now, since their youth. I mean, Moab has had various influence throughout the earth, man. They've had all their Chinese dynasties. You know, they've had their influences, throughout the earth and culturally throughout the earth and this, that, and the third, right? Moab has been lasting a long time, man. Ain't nobody really, outside of them going to war with them, with each other, Chinese against the Japanese and things like that, man. But other than that, world powers haven't really came over there and smashed on them, made them subservient and all of that. You know, Japan got hit with that nuke, but we ain't talking about Ammon. We're talking about Moab, the Chinese. He's been at ease from his youth and has settled on his lees and have not been emptied from vessel to vessel. Nobody's went over there in China, man, overtook and colonized China and took it from them. They still maintain their language, the culture, the food, the diet. They got it all still going on. All of their little ancient customs, Buddha statues still all over the damn place. They still got their temples up. You dig what I'm saying? So empty from vessel to vessel. Neither hath he gone into captivity. Don't talk about the damn Chinese coming over here in San Francisco on the railroads. That ain't the same. They came over here voluntarily trying to find work, and they ended up getting put on them damn railroads. But they was not put in bondage, brought on slave ships, getting whipped and lynched and hanged, and like we went into it. No, they still got all the Ming dynasties and everything else that was happening. Therefore, his taste remained in him, so he still maintains all his culture's history and everything else. Ancient Chinese writings, Sun Tzu, and they got it all. And his scent is not changed. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will send unto him wanderers that shall cause him to wander and shall empty his vessels and break their bottles. Moab is going to be overthrown. They're going into bondage and captivity because why? He wants to align himself and hang on and ride with the so-called white man. So the Most High is going to judge him and break him down too, right? They experienced some losses during the time of Babylon and all that. But you know who didn't? They got moved up out of their lands by Nebuchadnezzar. But this is a continue. Remember, the Most High said that his judgment is like a ring. I think that's in 2nd Ezra, the 4th chapter. Let me see. I don't want to misquote that. You know, the Most High's thing is full circle. I want to make sure I'm quoting that right. Oh, 2nd Ezra 5 and 42. It says, and he said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a ring. Meaning what? It goes around and comes around, goes around, comes around. It becomes a 360 judgment. It's just like with the curses. You know, some of the Christian apologists and, you know, people that really don't understand how the judgments of the Most High work, they'll say, oh, all of Deuteronomy 28, that already happened. The Deuteronomy 28:68, that was in Rome. And no, first of all, Deuteronomy 28:68, because of the context of the whole book of Deuteronomy, which we read in verse 1, chapter 1, it says, these be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel. That means that all of Israel would be hit by this. 12 tribes with them curses. So we can't talk about, Josephus, or there's accounts that the Jews went into slavery by ships in Rome. Was it all Israel there, or are we talking about the 3 tribes in predominance? Then that doesn't count. See, when the Most High laid down Deuteronomy 28:15 down to 68, that was the punishments already aligned If in any time we broke the laws of the Most High, that's what will go down. We get perfect examples of that in the book of Judges. All the nations we wanted into captivity to was each time the children of Israel broke the laws of the Most High, we went into captivity. Then it says Israel cried unto the Most High and repented, and we went back, did it again. The Most High didn't have to recreate some new judgments for us. He's like, look, these are the rules of the house. You break them, here's the punishments. Play with me if you want to. That's why his judgment's like a ring, because it goes around, comes around, it's full circle. It's going to always continue on. So even with Moab, and Moab getting judged and getting conquered by the Babylonians, and Nebuchadnezzar moving them out the land, and the Nabateans moving in after that, into their land, it's the same thing. Their judgment is still going to happen in repetition because of the nature of how they move. So when the Most High says the judgment is like a ring, that's what it is. Like as there is no slackness of the last, even so there is no swiftness of the first. See? That's how the Most High makes it, how things go down. So in any times of war, because of Moab's, the Most High's disgust for Moab, i.e. calling him his washpot and whatnot, this is how it goes down. So let me get back over here and read verse 13. It says, "And Moab shall be ashamed of Chemosh, as the house of Israel was ashamed of Bethel of their confidence. How say ye, we are mighty and strong men of the war? Moab is spoiled and gone up out of her cities, and his young men are gone down to the slaughter, save the king whose name is Yahweh of hosts." So this is what's going to end up going down. As the judgment was before, so is it going to happen again. The calamity of Moab is near to come, and his affliction hasteth fast. Why is that going to happen to him? We know. We've read this scripture before on a number of occasions. Moab made their choices. The Chinaman has made his allegiances with this white zaddy America, and they want to be like him. And they've made alignments and covenants with Esau, and they're going to go down with the ship. And those that remain are going into captivity. Thus saith the Lord. Zechariah 14 tells us that. I just brought that up in the little Blade Runner series I did on Tuesday. In Zechariah 14, it says, "And them of the heathen which remain, they're going into bondage and captivity, and they got to bring sacrifices for the Feast of Tabernacles." So let's continue. Chapter 15 of 2nd Ezra, verse 46. "And thou, Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person." So how, even with all of the issues that happen between America and China, they still got trade deals going on. China's still buying up farmland. China still got imports of their technology and products coming over here. China's still agreeing to be the petri dish when it comes down to lockdowns, experimental, what do they call it? The surveillance systems, the digital IDs, spy on your neighbor. You see something, say something. Digital currencies, you name it, they're all on board, right? "Woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore saith the Most High, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death." How's that going to be accomplished? By warfare. They're going to align themselves in war. And we just see now that they've made an undying covenant with Russia that they're going to ride with them to the wheels fall off. Judith, the 7th chapter, we'll read 5 down to 8. And this is Holofernes and the Syrians making war with Israel. They recruit in Moab and Ammon, Moab and Esau to get intelligence on the children of Israel and to fight against us. So again, Moab and Esau working together in manners of war. Look at this. Judah 7:5. Then every man took up his weapons of war, and when they had kindled fires upon their towers, they remained and watched all that night. But in the second day, Holofernes brought forth all his horsemen in the sight of the children of Israel, which were in Bethulia, and viewed the passages up to the city, and came to the fountains of their waters, and took them, and set garrisons of men of war over them, and he himself removed toward his people. Then came unto him all the chief of the children of Esau, and all the governors of the people of Moab, and the captains of the seacoast, and said, Let our Lord now hear a word, that there be not an overthrow in thine army. For this people, the children of Israel, do not trust in their spears, but in the height of the mountains wherein they dwell, because it is not easy to come up to the tops of their mountains. So Esau and Moab came in, gave intelligence about how to conquer the children of Israel in this manner of war. They go up to Holofernes and gave and drop some dimes to try to help overthrow the children of Israel. Moab and Esau are always going to be against you, so-called blacks and Hispanics. Know that. They're always going to be against us. Don't think that, they your friends because, Ling Ling sister gave you a free little pedicure because you came there 10 times. You know how they do. Oh, they give you a little free petty because you came 10 times and you got to 10 times get one free. She's not your friend. All right? Because they gave you a little extra piece of chicken that you went to Louisiana Fried Chicken. They're not your friends, man. Because Esau showed up with a AAA and changed your tire, sister. He's not your friend. They've always plotted against us. They always been riding against us. They always been trying to take us down. Be clear. Let's move on. I don't want to take too much more time on this. Japan's new aircraft carrier is coming to America for F-35 training. Look, Japan now, who is also in admiration of America and Esau. Ammon rides with America. Moab rides with Russia. Here they go. Japan's new aircraft carrier is coming to America. They're getting trained up. They're preparing for warfare. They know what time it is. They've been facing threats from North Korea. They've been facing threats that's endangering their safety. They're cozying up to the mother of harlots as well, saying, help train us because we know it's about to go down. Why are all these nations all training for warfare, man? It ain't never been like this, man. You tell me when you've seen NATO performing their biggest warfare exercises ever. You can't, because they just did it back in May. They announced it last year. They started in January. They finished up in May. NATO, biggest warfare exercises and trainings that they've ever done. This is how we know we're on the precipice of history, because things are being done that ain't never been done before. Germany's going back saying we got to retool up for war. We ain't touched nothing and ain't looked to get no bombs since the end of World War II. We need to get back on it. They made that announcement. America's talking about they need to make some more nukes. China's talking about they need to make more nukes. All of these, North Korea constantly launching bombs, preparing. Russia sliding up on the shores of Cuba and 30 miles away from Florida. Carousing around in Alaska. NATO running off potential warplanes from Russia, chasing them off every other week. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody, all the nations is out here preparing for war, man. Which can only lead to one thing. The conclusion is World War III's got to be coming. How many of y'all seen this foolishness? I didn't see it from the beginning. By the time I turned it on, they was already getting into it, right? Not a lot being said, man. I will say this, man. The hyena, she definitely did better than I thought. She was able to maintain a demeanor that, I guess you could respect. She did show them teeth a few times. She definitely was showing them teeth, but not in the manner in which you thought she would. Um, there's a quote unquote conspiracy out there saying, "Hey, them earrings, man." She was getting some she was getting word in the earrings. Uh, yeah, Shalak for sure. She definitely was prepped. See, this is how they do. They had you know what? I'm gonna play a little bit of this video, man. Shout out to Aladad. He sent this to us. And I heard about it, but I didn't really look into it because I was like, who knows what's going on. But when I seen the video that the cat made, it started making a little bit more sense. You can't put nothing past these devils, man. Um, this is from New York Post. Company says Kamala Harris debate earrings strikingly similar to its Bluetooth device offers to make ones for Trump. So the company that actually makes these particular Bluetooth earrings that are listening and hearing devices and transmitters, they said they look just like the ones we make. You know, we're not saying that they aren't or aren't, but without having the full mic in her ear, you know what I'm saying? Like, could she been getting pointers and tips directly being transmitted to her? As you know, because remember, the mics are muted when each one speaks. So while she's sitting back listening, getting more talking points, and if you notice, when they wrapped up, she had a notepad that she either was reading from or was writing down stuff and talking points. Because Trump, when he left, he didn't have no notebook. She did. So she was getting some points and she writing stuff down. There ain't no way that she was recollecting all these particular facts on her own. No way. You know, her first interview that I showed last week when she was sitting with No Balls Walls, Tampon Tim, you know, her handler or whatever. I mean, why did she need a babysitter to have a pre-recorded interview that obviously she was prepped on the questions, prepared and you know, told the reporter what she can and can't ask, controlled the whole narrative for whatever it was, 18 minutes. Then she gets to debate. She runs it down and, you know, she does her thing. And then the question is, like, after debate, she says she wants to run it back. Now, if you won, why are you running it back? You should be gloating like, hey, he don't want to, she don't, you only clean it up if you think you lost, you know. I thought both of them was weak. Trump kept saying the same old thing again. And she you know, she came with it with whatever was she was getting fed, but she was definitely prepped. That's a fact. Uh, so there's a tech company out there that's got these Bluetooth earrings, right? And I'm gonna play a little bit of this video that was out there. I don't know if y'all seen it, right? So check this out.
Self wondering if that special earring was a family heirloom or was it perhaps a speaker?
I'm not gonna play a lot of it. Can y'all hear it?
The speaker.
If y'all can hear it, put those 7 in the chat for me. I can't tell. It's kind of low on my computer, but
During her debate last night. I've done a little more research, and while the internet may be saying that it's a conspiracy to think that.
okay. Okay, throw out of y'all.
The manufacturer doesn't seem to think it's a conspiracy.
Now the cat goes on here and he shows the company that makes these particular earrings is promoting the election. So that's point number one. Why are they politically involved when it comes down to them selling a product?
Isn't that great? You can get your own. And if the manufacturer doesn't think it's a conspiracy, how long has she been using this? I just want to take a look with you guys because I've gone back over about a year's worth of speeches, campaign events, interviews. She really likes those earrings. And then at the end of this video, we're going to read a review that will explain why some of the debate rules that have been in place, and why the interview with Waltz and Harris was done pre-taped, and why there are some very interesting dynamics to how she speaks at live events with those earrings in place. Let's put two and two together, but first let's just look at the history of these amazing earrings. Notice that when we Google this right away, the first things you start to notice are conspiracy theory. No, conspiracy theory, more conspiracy theory. Why it's a conspiracy theory? It almost seems to me that there's a conspiracy theory about the conspiracy. Yes, it doesn't seem to end. But as we go, let's go right here to the manufacturer's website. And what do they offer? Oh, look at that. From the 2024 presidential election, you can get your own ones that were used in the 20. So the manufacturer themselves is offering what was used in the 2024. Very familiar. Let's go through several interviews. Wow, those look very familiar.
One of my
and as we go through.
See, and I always wondered why she looks up or looks down. You know, when you're trying to concentrate to hear something and you kind of like break eye contact or break your concentration because you're trying to like, oh, what was that? Yeah, she looking down, like in that other interview that she did. If y'all remember, I was pointing out saying that she kept looking down. She wasn't making eye contact. I'm drawing the conclusion that if this is real, she's trying to hear. See how she's looking up? Ooh. She's trying to hear what's going on in the earrings.
It's just a conspiracy. Let's go through several interviews. Wow, those look very familiar.
One of my
and as we go through more and more of her there they are again. Wow, those look very familiar. Here she is on a TV show. Gosh, it's almost like we've seen those before. This is about a year old. Wow.
In time in which we to be able
a year ago. Wow. Oh, look there. Oh, there at that campaign. Oh my goodness, she loves these earrings. There they are again.
I mean, when I start seeing this compilation, I'm like, she does with these same earrings over and over again. I mean, come on. She got bread. Either these are her quote unquote lucky earrings or something going on, because why you keep wearing the same damn earrings every time you publicly are speaking? That is kind of odd to me. You think she would switch it up?
Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Looky here at this campaign stop. Oh wow. There they are again.
You think
yes,
you just fell out of the coconut tree? Well,
we might have fallen out and hit our head twice. Oh, there they are again. There they are again. Now this was a streaming down in.
I mean, it goes on and on. He constantly pointing out these earrings.
We see him again. One audio earrings from Nova.
But
we're going to skip their video. As discussed in the video above, they work using.
When you say 7 confirmed yesterday's tech, what do you mean? What's 7?
You can maintain a level of situational awareness.
I mean, well, you see the video.
For long periods.
If y'all want to check it out, I don't know if they'll let me post it in.
Be pulled off and potentially fall off the
YouTube, because sometimes they don't let you repost
put on a shirt.
They might not let me repost. Oh, there they go.
Doing some bedroom
you want the link? Go check it out.
Careful, which
check it out for yourself.
Rumor has it that's probably one point in time when, Madam Vice President doesn't need.
There is some validity that you got to look at and say, well, did she have some help? Is it possible? Because one thing for sure, two things for certain, she do love them damn earrings. You know what? Hold on. What's the name of you did put it in the you did send it in that chat, UZL. I don't think it's the same company, but this one says the name of their company is called Iceback Sound Solutions. Let's see. Yeah, see, there goes their earrings. I mean, do they not look like the ones she been sporting? I mean, good lord. Truth is stranger than fiction. That's a fact. And I have no doubt, man. She's dumb as a box of rocks, man. She all over the place. Can we put it past her that she needs a little help? That she needs to get that in her ear, and that she's always looking like she's trying to hear something, right? Any other time she's publicly spoken, she's laughing, she's goofing off. She can't, can't come with a clear answer. If you remember when I played the video with her and the president of Poland, and they was asking about the Ukrainian refugees and what was the plan and this, that, and the third, and she said, "A friend in need is a friend indeed." Help! I can't answer that. She must have not had them earrings in. But there you have it, right? So both of them are standing on some bogusness, man. I don't know if anybody saw that debate, but Trump kept saying the same thing over and over again. Our country is ruined. Our country we're the laughing stock of the world. We've got criminals coming over on the border. Our country's in ruins. They're destroying our country. He kept saying the same thing over and over again. She kept, throwing little light jabs and insults, and didn't have no real answers about what was the plan for the economy, what's the plans for the border, what's the plans for, war and this, that, and the third. She didn't have no real answers, man. So it really wasn't nothing, too crazy. But the fact that she did better than I thought actually, gives more credence to she got some high tech help, some James Bond type stuff. This is another article that I was talking about things that could potentially go down, black swan events, right, or something that could shake up and rock up, the world stage. They're talking about extremists are trying to sabotage the electrical grid. What would that do for all technology? Bottom line, they wipe it out. We'll be back in the dark ages. You can forget about cell phones, streaming. You can forget about TV, forget about radio outside of like ham radios and things like that. Much of the tech that's running these electric cars, all that stuff would all shut down if there was major damage to the grid. And that's being under attack right now. Political extremists have attempted a number of attacks on electrical infrastructure and substations in recent years with a goal of sowing chaos and civil conflict. The plots have repeatedly failed, however, and sociologists say that even if they do succeed, the kind of disaster they seek to create rarely result in members of the population turning on one another, though they could prove costly and deadly. So they're throwing out the scenarios that there is attacks being done on the grid. So add that to the list of black swan events, whether it's World War III, whether it's a plague, they got the Mpox, they got the bird flu, they got the triple E mosquito virus, they got Ebola, they got it all. Weapon disease X, you got that on the table. You've got an economic collapse. You've got an attack on the food supply. You've got attacks on the electrical grid. You've got them utilizing HARP and geoengineering to create weather anomalies, to destroy things via the weather. They've got the machines that cause the fracking and can cause the earthquakes. I mean, they got so many things at their disposal to cause chaos. We just don't know which one, and I don't even know if they know which one they're going to use. But they're going to use something. WHO grants the first Mpox vaccine approval, clearing the way for the use in Africa. I remember bringing this out a few weeks back when they were talking about the Mpox, and they said they already had the vax ready to go. Now they've approved it and they're ready to push it out there, man. And of course, they're going to roll up the sleeves on the ashy arms of them Africans over there, and some of them is our people. I'm not going to, marginalize and say, the Africans as if all of them are ham. Some of our people are going to get poked in that arm. But One thing for sure, two things for certain. Expect a new outbreak or something because they're going over there to start jabbing people up. WHO authorized an mpox vaccine for the first time, calling it an important step towards fighting a rapid growing outbreak in Africa. The approval of Danish vaccine maker Bavarian Nordic Jab means that donors such as UNICEF and the Vaccines Alliance, Gavi, can buy doses and send them to Africa, where an outbreak centered in the Democratic Republic of the Congo has led to thousands of cases. Yeah, I remember. I think the article that I had when they were talking about the mpox, I think they said they had like 10,000 doses ready to go, and they was looking for funding to really get into the millions, so they can start hitting up everybody. And before you know it, they're going to put that on the vaccine schedule of immunizations and make it mandatory for everybody to get that too. You know, if there isn't already enough. You know how many? You know, back in I think it was in like the 70s, early 80s. The vaccine schedule was like, I think 7 or 8 vaccines that you were required to get, or they were saying was part of the health schedule. You know that it's up to like 30 something now. Let me see. Recommended. Let's see if they talk about it here. See, in the 40s, 1, 2, 3, 4. In the 50s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, look by the 60s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. By the 70s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. From 85 to 94, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're still up to 8. Look at by 2005. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And the list goes on and on. And it just gets bigger and bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 by 2020. And then if you add on the the boosters, some of these you got to double up on. I remember one article they were talking about. It's like in the damn near 30, you get like damn near 30 shots by the time you're an adult. Between boosters, double jabs that you need, and everything else. What started off as 4. You understand? So we know that this is a plan, and I'm gonna leave it at that because things get sketchy on this platform when dealing with this type of stuff, right? But do your research on these things because this is always the target. They go over there to Africa, and they know the people over there, whether it's Ham or Israel, is in need and is always looking for a white savior and for some money. The leadership over there will take that money and say, come on over here, colonize, set up shop. Bring your medicine with you. We'll have the people line up ready to go. Just make sure you still bring some clean, bring us some water, bring us some in industry, bring us some jobs, and we'll be more than happy to be guinea pigs. But here you go. The internet replaces TV as UK's most popular news source for the first time. Why do I bring this up? Because it's only going to show that more people are relying upon the internet than they are mainstream news now for their information. Uh, they said 7 out of 10 adults in the UK consume online news, said the UK's communication regulator, is slightly ahead of TV. So 70% of adults in the UK go to the internet for their news as opposed to watching the talking heads and the Mockingbird media on your local news stations. That lets you know that they're going to target the internet now to shut down the voices of the alternative news, the extra, the people that are out there putting out extracurricular research, telling the truth, where the media and your information flows isn't only coming through one particular source anymore. You ain't gonna be relying on CBS, NBC, CNN, CNBC, Channel 7 local news, Channel 5, Channel 13, Channel 11, Fox News. People ain't paying attention to that no more. They know that the truth is not being spoken on these platforms. And if you look up Mockingbird, Project Mockingbird, or Operation Mockingbird, it tells you about how the CIA is utilizing or has utilized the media to control narratives and to put out particular information, to control information, control information, and to sow disinformation out there. So when I'm sure some of y'all have seen those compilation videos where you see multiple news organizations and talking heads, man, all saying the same thing. For instance, when you have, let's say, when the vid was out, and you hear everybody talking about, oh, it's safe and effective, safe and effective. They got keywords, man. It's like a dog whistle. He blows. The only people that can hear it is the dogs. So they do the same thing, man, for the walking zombies out there, man, who just don't have no idea of who or what to listen to outside of what they've been trained to. Oh, the jab is safe and effective. Oh, okay. And everybody's saying the same thing. Oh, Israel has the right to defend itself. And they all say the same thing. That's Mockingbird. Okay. So this is important because as we see X getting banned in Brazil, I read and showed y'all the article last week. They said that the EU is considering doing the same thing and laying down heavy punishments and sanctions. They got the guy from Telegram, locked him up. Free speech so-called platforms, man, is in trouble. They're coming after anybody who's got a mouthpiece that's getting ready to say anything that's contrary to the narratives that's getting put out there. There's lawsuits out there right now regarding even platforms like what's that other one? Uziel, help me out. What's the other platform that everybody goes? Rumble, Salaki. Rumble, that was supposed to be alternative to YouTube, and even they are getting hit with free speech sanctions and stuff like that. That they got a I believe they got like a lawsuit going on. Let me look real quick. Do they got that? Yes, it is Second Circuit to hear oral argument Friday in Rumble's free speech case. They're supposed to be a free speech, platform. A lot of people that were getting banned and getting their channel swiped down from YouTube were opening up Rumble channels and saying, well, come to Rumble, you can speak whatever you want to. And now they getting hit up regulatory. Now they're fighting back. So, the internet is going to get attacked because why so many people are utilizing it for truth speaking, especially in particular with our community, the Israelite community. We're definitely utilizing this platform to wake our people up. So many of our people came and woke up to the truth by watching a video that has got our enemies in a frenzy and a panic. And now that they've got the statistics and the numbers to back it up, that people aren't watching the usual talking heads no more, that they're searching out information and news via the internet. Now, granted, they've got, paid off cats and bots and up making fake news and people just trying to get viral moments and, utilizing TikTok to promote foolishness and disinformation. So you got to be able to kind of weed through and block out some of the noise, because at the same time, there's always going to be opposition or controlled opposition out there that is always going to present a problem, right? So that's what we got to be cautious of. But they're definitely going to use it. Definitely going to use it. Hold on one second, y'all. I don't know what happened. Am I still live? My phone just blanked out. I'm still good? It looked like it. All right. Throw a 7 in the chat if y'all had no interruptions. I don't know, my YouTube on my phone that I was monitoring just went out. As I'm talking about the internet and utilizing it for information, my phone cuts off the stream. I'm trying to tell you, boy, they be on your boy, man. Your brother, I should say. I ain't no boy, I'm a man. Hello? And now I won't even open up YouTube no more. Wow. Keep me in your prayers. Keep me in your prayers, boy, because devil boy be messing with you. I'm trying to tell you. As soon as I get to talking about the internet, people are utilizing the internet more for their news. And here I am doing DSTM. I promise you, I had DSTM going on my phone. It shut down my YouTube, cut it off. And now here I am trying to open up the app again, and it won't open. Look, I'm going to show y'all so you can be a witness. Y'all see that? I'm hitting YouTube. There it is. Is it opening? No. My YouTube will not open. If I come up missing or something go down with me, y'all, you know what happened. You know what happened. But for sure, I got to get another phone. As much as I hate to, because I'm just opening up another damn access to evil. But yeah, I can't even open this. Y'all seen? I don't know if y'all can see this. If y'all can see, where's my YouTube at? I just need a witness. Now, it just closed again. Shalaki for the bad camera work. But anyway, there's my YouTube app. I'm pressing it. It will not open. Yeah, for sure. They definitely on me. As soon as I get talking about how ain't nobody listen to them no more, of course, where Don't Shoot the Messenger, where there is some news sources coming out, they gonna shut me up. At least cut me off. At least y'all are able to still watch and continue on. Cause y'all been with me before where they just jump in and cut the whole damn live off. Y'all haven't seen that happen before. So let's continue. Let's continue before something worse happens. Hundreds of thousands in the dark as Francine slammed the southeast. Hurricane Francine went down, hit New Orleans. Hundreds of thousands of people out there, no power right now. This is why we always talk about the necessity of prepping, making sure you got some things in alignment. They got a lot of our people out there, man, scrambling right now, scared as hell because they always are getting flashbacks of 2005 when Katrina hit. The levees got broke. Oh, did the levees break or were they detonated? You decide. I think we kind of know what went down out there, but nonetheless, hundreds of thousands of people got displaced, lost their homes, businesses, the whole nine. So Pray for our brothers and sisters out there in New Orleans. I know they're doing a lot of cleanup now out there down south, but there's still many of our people no power, and they're waiting on help as usual. Malibu shaken by 4.7 earthquake. Notice it says this breaks the record for the most magnitude 4 and above quakes in a single year. Made mention of this at the top of the episode. I will say, damn phones is good for some, because I made mention before, probably 2 weeks ago when we had the other earthquake, that I got the little alert, and it don't give you enough time to really get ready. Because when I got the alert, the damn shaking damn near just started. But it gave you the alert saying, take cover, blah, blah, blah. But this one right here, I felt a little bit more than the previous ones. But there's been earthquakes going on all over the place, from Bakersfield to Malibu to Pasadena. Is this a sign that we're heading towards, a big one? Lord only knows. But for those of us that's out here, man, stay prepped up as best you can. We don't know when the Most High may really get to, moving some things. But we do know that, like a woman in travail, those birthing pains are definitely hidden, in particular in California when it comes down to these earthquakes. So stay tuned for that. Y'all be prepared, keeping y'all in prayer, and do the same for me and my family. Throughout. Let's continue on. Oh, Bidenomics is working great. As come on now, Hyena Harris says that we've got more to do. They haven't done enough. Okay, Samsung to reportedly slash global workforce by up to 30% in certain divisions amid intense competition from Apple and Huawei. And one thing, the spirit came to me the other day, and I think I was either reminiscing about the jobs report and them lying about those 818,000 jobs, saying they got created, and they double back and realized that, we can't prove these things. We got to come clean. The economic work, the unemployment workforce is cold. They got ghost jobs out there, man, fake ads. People calling for jobs, man. Negroes is getting ghosted, waiting for callbacks and return emails, and ain't nobody saying nothing back to you. One thing I know for sure too is, and how I do know them ghost jobs and that stuff is real, is like, for instance, my job. Whenever they hire from within, but they'll publicly put it out there as if it's open to the public. So it gets listed as, a job created here, job created there, but they ain't hiring from the outside. They are offering them positions and enter promotions first. And if nobody takes it, nobody qualifies, then they'll seek outside. And then even then, they're working off of recommendations and referrals. Ain't nobody coming in fresh off the boat like, I'm qualified. Here's my resume, blah, blah, blah. No. And that's how I'm sure a lot of these jobs are doing. They're advertising stuff, but they're not open to the public. They ain't looking. They're trying to keep the payrolls within, not adding to the payroll by bringing on another body. They'd rather keep the same bodies in there and just shuffle them around. But then they throw out the paperwork and make it sound like there's jobs out there, and there's not. And I said, damn, that's what my job is doing. So I can imagine what's going on with the rest of these damn jobs. So, these ghost jobs is out there, man. They lying, saying that there's jobs. There ain't no jobs out there. And if they are, they're in hospitality. They're part-time with no benefits. It's getting rough out there. I know a lot of Israel out there is like robbing Peter to pay Paul, as they say, trying to figure it out. The hustle game is at an all-time high, and even those things is dying out because everybody's trying to find a little side hustle to do, and everybody's repeating and doing the same things. The PPP money, that's dried up, and if all them people that started businesses back when the pandemic hit and got your little PPP money and the EDD money and the rent money that you were saving up that because you wasn't paying rent for 2 years, that money dried up now. Businesses ain't working no more. People ain't out there buying splurging out on buying stuff like that no more. And Kamala Harris says there's more work to do. They're not done. What's his name? Jerome Powell said, we know you've got savings out there. We're coming for that too. He's the head of the Federal Reserve. As he was talking about what they need to do to try to get the inflation down and get the economy kicking back up. He said that 2 years ago. He was like, yeah, the spending power of the American people is still good. We know you got savings out there. We need to exhaust those. So we're going to keep the inflation up. Rate cuts ain't happening, And now they got to they got to cut them rates now because the inflation is up and the job market is bad. So inflation, prices, that's still going to keep going up. So Samsung, 30% of their job force is gone. U.S. debt is so massive, interest costs alone are now $3 billion a day. Who's got an economic plan to get America out of this? This is why you can't even listen to these fools. This is why you can't listen to these damn devils, because here they are talking about they got plans. And what's his name talking about? I'll get us out of the war before I even get inaugurated as president. Trump lying ass. I'll be able to end the war before I even take office. Oh, I've got a great plan that's going to get us out of this. No, you don't. When they asked Kamala Harris what was her economic plan, she ain't got no plan. There is no plan that's going to get you out of paying $3 billion in debt every day. I mean, in interest alone. And we talking about damn near $36 trillion in debt, and you're paying $3 billion a day in interest. What economic plan is going to get this place up out of it? I'd like to know. This is what they out here doing at the to the people. Job 34. We'll read 15 down. It says, all flesh shall perish together, and man shall turn again unto dust. If now thou hast understanding, hear this, hearken to the voice of my words. Shall even he that hateth right govern? And wilt thou condemn him that is most just? See, the question is being put. If you hate righteousness, which both of them do, are they going to be governing over the people? Should they be governing over the people? This is why the Israelites, blacks and Hispanics, Native Americans, this is why the Most High said, we have no business involving ourselves in voting, trying to set up a new pharaoh over us, arguing and fighting him in poll lines, going online, doing particular propagandas and trying to endorse one particular party over another. You got black folks running around talking about they're leaving the Democratic plantation. To what? To join the next one? Let's continue. It says, is it fit to say to a king, thou art wicked, and to princes, ye are ungodly? In this scenario, yeah, it is. Verse 19, how much less to him that accepteth not the persons of princes, nor regardeth the rich more than the poor, for they all are the work of his hands. So the Most High controls it all, but this is how they play the politics. They saying, how much less to him that accepteth not the persons of princes, nor regardeth the rich more than the poor. When you're looking at Trump and the Republicans, he's going to look out for the rich more than the poor people. He's constantly talking about the migrants and everybody's criminals and rapists, and they're all a bunch of evil people. And now they got cannibals, and you heard him on there. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. This guy, man. Kamala's over there weaponizing them. She opening up the floodgates, saying, come on in, splurge, destroy, because we need to go ahead on and build back better. And this is how they play these games. Verse 20 says, in a moment they shall die, and all the people shall be troubled at midnight and pass away, and the mighty shall be taken away without end. For his eyes are upon the ways of men, and he seeth all his goings. There is no darkness nor shadow of death where the workers of iniquity may hide themselves. So the Most High is monitoring the whole situation. He's in control of all. The Most High even said, man, the deceiver and the deceiver is his. He's controlling it all. They're out here playing politics, lying and doing everything else. These are workers of iniquity. The Most High said, "There's no darkness nor shadow of light." If we're walking, nor shadow of death, Salakia. If we're walking in the light and we're walking in righteousness, we're going to be able to illuminate all the works of darkness and all the evils and the iniquities that they're out there trying to hide. This is how we're able to discern, and we can see, oh man, this dude's lying. Oh, that's wicked. She just told another lie. Oh, he just told another lie. Because now we're seeing what they're operating in is nothing but complete darkness and evil. We're operating in the light. And the Most High said there's nowhere they can hide themselves. There's no more politics. There's no more games that they can play. There's no more wool that they can cover over our eyes anymore because we see it for what it is. I was just talking to one of my old co-workers, and she talking about you better get out there and vote. I said, vote for what? Are you serious? You know, I had to cut her up, but she's still in fear, thinking like if Trump gets in, we're going back in slavery. I'm like, did you just live under Biden for the last 3.5 years? I mean, where are you at now? How great are things? How many lies has he told? I mean, is the plantation really better on the other side, or is it still a plantation? I mean, come on. Let's stop the foolishness. All right. Proverbs 12 and 16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver is his. He leadeth counselors away spoiled and maketh the judges fools. He looseth the bonds of kings and girdeth their loins with a girdle. So the Most High is the one who, is in control of all of this stuff, man. So, I know, we know not to get caught up in this foolishness because they out there really playing games and acting as if they've got a real economic plan that's going to get America out of this. $3 billion a day in interest costs alone. I mean, you'll never touch the principal. America's not getting out of this debt. But God forbid that you miss one of your car payments. God forbid that you miss a credit card payment. Your credit score is tumbling down. They're gonna add on interest. They're adding on the late payment fees. They're doing all kind of madness. They seizing your check. I mean, these bastards can't balance their own damn checkbook, but here they are want to penalize you for every little misstep that you do. All hell breaks loose if you miss a payment on something. And here they are, completely destroyed. But they're going to tell you how to balance your checkbook, man. And how to balance your budget. It's like the pot calling the kettle black, man. How you going to sit back and tell me about me paying my bills and you can't pay your own damn bills? Who's going to take advice from them, man? You seen the video, man, with the dude, just slow Biden's chief economic officer, and they was asking him about the U.S. debt and how does it work, and he's talking about we definitely, America definitely prints money. I mean, it's confusing, but I'm not confused. Are you confused? You seen him? He didn't even know how to explain it. So let's not fall for that. Yeah, Runner, I was talking about that last week about the Chase glitch. Yeah, people was lining up thinking they was getting some free money, trying to get these free loans and putting in fake checks and getting the money out the ATMs, and people was getting jacked up. That's just another bait, another bait that they know people is desperate. They know people is out there trying to get some money. And Jakes is willing to take penitentiary chances, man, and go pay them bills and put some food on the table, or to jump on Instagram and TikTok and rat on themselves and talk about how they just came up and teaching others how to do so. Let me get that in Jeremiah real quick. Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children. Sottish meaning stupid. And they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. That's the children of Israel in a nutshell. When it comes down to doing evil, man, we know no boundaries, man. Nobody does it better. But when we do try to do good, we have no knowledge, man. We have no desire to do good. It's like, you hear a lot of comparisons about or talk about the gang peace treaties that's going on in LA right now, which is a monumental thing. All praise to the Most High that The older brothers now are really starting to get it, and they're really trying to understand and say, look, strength in numbers, we're better together than separated. We're not making any historical progress the way that we're going. Before you know it, we're going to wipe each other out. We can't move like this no more. A lot of the older cats is coming together. The middle-aged cats, they coming together. The late 20s, these cats is all trying to pull it together, man. Gangs that had beef for the last 30, 40 years or peace talk tables. And even if it's not peace, it's at least ceasefire, putting down the guns. If I see you in the streets, everybody's getting passes. Everybody can finally, move around in the streets, man, without looking over their shoulders, right? But at the same time, the younger generation, they're not with it. They're like, no, we're not with the peace. We ain't having it. In certain places, certain hoods is like, no, we ain't having it. This is a prime example of being wise to do evil. But when it comes to doing good, they have no knowledge. How some of these young cats, man, cannot see the good that can come out of being able to have ceasefires, guns down, peace treaty agreements, and realize the potential of saving lives, whether it's in the graves or life sentences. How do you not see the good in that? How do you not see the good in being able to network and build businesses and relationships with brothers and sisters that you were never able to establish before? But when it comes down to doing evil, oh, let's go slide on them. Let's go do this. Let's go. Oh, we can do that with the best of them. But to do good, they don't want to do it. That's just an example. So when our people is out there running, trying to find a quick little come up with chase bank glitches and all, they're getting set up. And they're going to have more Negroes and Hispanics locked up, more Negroes and Hispanics and drowning in debt with money they can't pay back. They're on damn cameras at the ATMs, putting the checks in and trying to figure out how they can scam real quick. They all get locked up. Dumb as hell. That's why the Most High said they are Sodom's children. And they deserve everything they're gonna get, man. Let's move on. All right. More economic collapse, man. Illinois trucking company with 480 drivers abruptly ceases operations. So how that's going to affect some of the imports, exports. These were, let me read some of this. As of what it says here, Illinois-based trucking and logistics company, which contracted with the U.S. Postal Service to haul mail, has notified over 650 employees, including more than 480 drivers, that the carrier is ceasing operations, according to sources familiar with the closure. So that means that, there's going to be interruptions with mail. You got 480 drivers now that's going to be looking for work, which ain't going to be out there because there's no more real industry going on out here, man. 650 people losing their jobs. That's going to disrupt the communications. That's going to disrupt the freight that's going on here. More problems. Microsoft suffers a major outage, leaving users across the U.S. unable to access Outlook, Teams, and 365 services. No, this is not the same article from July. This is another outage that Microsoft had. So remember the cyber polygon. Remember they're waiting for cyber attacks and this, that, and the third. Microsoft seems to be the ones kind of tipping the scale on what they can disrupt the most. So another outage went down, right? Now, look at this. I know y'all seen this. Haitian families in Ohio are under attack as racist claims spread. Notice how they all of a sudden are starting to switch the narrative. They're switching it up now. It was the Venezuelan gangs in Utah, Colorado. They're taking over everything. I had this up too. I don't know what happened to it, but where's he at? This is your boy at the debate. This is your boy at the debate.
So that would have put thousands of additional agents and officers on the border.
First, let me respond to the
Please.
rallies.
She said people start leaving. People don't go to her rallies. There's no reason to go. About that, people don't leave my rallies. We have the biggest rallies, the most incredible rallies in the history of politics. That's because people want to take their country back. Our country is being lost. We're going on here. You're going to end up in World War III, just to go into another subject. What they have done to our country by allowing these millions and millions of
Look like she concentrating on trying to listen to what's going on in them earbuds.
people to come into our country, and look at what's happening to the towns all over the United States. And a lot of towns don't want to talk. It's not going to be Aurora or Springfield. A lot of towns don't want to talk about it because they're so embarrassed by it. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. The people that came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating.
Now this fool just immediately jumped out and said, this is happening all over the country, that the Haitians are eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Can you imagine? Shalom, Brother Enoch. Shalom, my brother. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Now, if you leave it to these damn devils, man, you would think that. And I've seen the narratives, man, get put out there by a lot of Edomites, man. They're running around here saying, all of the Haitians that's over here, they're all devil worshippers. They're all performing sacrifice rituals. They're kidnapping everybody's dogs. And the cold part is, let me back this up. I mean, this is ridiculous.
That came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country.
This dude's a devil, man. I mean, how the hell are you going to sit back and say all the Haitians are all eating the cats and they're eating the dogs, they're kidnapping? But you know what they do? And some of y'all may have seen this. There's a town hall meeting, right? Brother came out in August. They'll use our own people to promote us because if it came from a white person, it's automatically going to get chalked up as, oh, this is racist. This is racist. Now listen to the brother.
Like me has to come out from doing what I do on a daily basis to have fun because I see what's going on in these streets and I see you guys just sitting up there in them comfy chairs and suits and I'm getting out here every day and I'm broadcasting this and you guys are just sitting up there in suits. Like I really challenge you guys to get out here and do something. These Haitians are running into trash cans. They're running into buildings. They're running into they flipping cars in the middle of the street.
Yeah. Now, I don't know what the brother's talking about, saying Haitians are running into trash cans. What do you mean running into trash cans? Are they just randomly like zombies, just running into trash cans, just randomly running? Are they driving and they're hitting trash cans? What do you mean running into trash cans? I mean, this is how you got to kind of check brothers out. And you got to say, man, who are you working for, bro? Like, what are you talking about? They're flipping cars in the middle of the street. Has anybody seen any videos of this? Just random Haitians in the streets flipping cars over?
And I don't know how y'all can be comfortable with this. I don't know who's getting paid from it. I honestly feel like someone's getting paid from it in the background. You got a bunch of people on a bus getting dropped off at a gas station to come down here. I know a single mom that FaceTimed me this morning at the welfare office that really need something. And it's nothing but immigrants over there. And I don't even want to seem like I'm coming down on the immigrants because it's the people that's bringing them down here. Because wherever they're at, that's what they're used to, bro.
So I don't doubt that they're dropping them off. But the brother's putting the 2 on the 10, talking about they're flipping cars and they're running into trash cans. I mean, I don't get that. I don't understand what he's saying.
They're in the park grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them. Y'all get the Highway State Patrol down here every week, and then y'all get a task force for the Highway State Patrol, and they look for guns and they look for dope and this and that and the fourth.
So they used that and said, oh, they're at the parks grabbing the ducks and cutting off the heads and eating them. So that means that they're going out into the lakes. I mean, because are the ducks just walking around the park and they're just grabbing them from the park? Or are they in the water? In today's times, like you said, Uziel, I mean, supplies and proof. In today's times of viral moments, nobody had a phone out. Nobody had any chance of filming this. Nobody's got a phone out at a park, public park. Nobody's pulling the phone out to say, "Hold on, hey man, what are you doing? Put that down." Nobody's even in the cut saying, "Oh my God, look, he just grabbed the duck. He's cut. Oh my God, he's cutting the head." There's no footage of this. Do I believe that they dropping them off, man? And they talking about the town, Springfield had what was it? I think the population was 20-something thousand. Now they're up to 40-something thousand. So they're saying 20,000 Haitians. Somehow they're all just Haitians over there. The Haitians are only getting dropped off in Springfield. I mean, no other so-called immigrants are getting sent over there. They're all Haitians for some reason. Yeah, Conco, prove all things. I just have a hard time believing that there's no footage of this. But Esau done ate it up. Oh, nigga said it. We're in the clear. We don't have to say it. He said it for us. We'll just run with the narrative and put it out there. Yeah, they're snatching up the ducks. They're eating them. They're eating the dogs and the cats, and they're doing sacrifice rituals and everything else. You know, they all worship the devil over there. Don't get me wrong. Yes, voodoo is heavy over there. But to paint a narrative and say that all of them, hold on, this is how you know all of them are doing this. All of them are practicing this particular, you know, this is part of the curses. So, my Haitian brothers and sisters, man, sapase, nabule, you got to take it on the chin. But at the same time, this is where we see where's that curse at? Byword in the proverb. I know I'm passing it up. Verse 37. It says, "And thou shalt become an astonishment." So is this not happening right now? Or the Venezuelan gangs, the Agua, what do they call them? The Trende de Agua? Are they not an astonishment now? MS-13. Oh, everybody knows these gang names now. They're overriding housing complexes in Colorado and New York, and the Haitians. I mean, can you imagine? This is the scenarios that's getting put out there. America now is being invaded by devil worshiping cannibals who are eating pets, gangs that are overrunning whole towns and cities and taking over apartment buildings and holding people hostage. They're raping and killing everybody. If you leave it to the press, you leave it to the Trump and the rest of these fools, that you would think that this place is just completely overrun and it's being destroyed. This is the astonishment. A proverb and a byword. They're all criminals. They're all wicked. They're all niggas. They all spicks. They all gangs. They all this. They all that. They all cannibals. I mean, this is what's going on. Man. A proverb and a byword among all nations, whether Yahweh shall lead thee. So I'm not gonna play no more of that video, but y'all see, Esau thinks they slick. They go send in a cat like this. He goes and puts out these outlandish claims.
That in the fourth. That same.
Do I believe that they are having an influx of so-called migrants over there, Haitians over there? I'm sure. Could he be inflating these particular scenarios in order to draw some attention to hopefully bring some people out? No question. Because again, into, like you say, usually in today's times, nobody got a phone out. Nobody's filming this live.
People that y'all got riding up and down Limestone doing U-turns, pulling people.
I got a problem with that. I got a problem with that. Right? So now Haitian families that's over there, they're being attacked. They're being looked at as opposition enemies. They all have this particular byword, proverb, slander on them. And they could just be over there, man, just trying to get a better life, trying to figure it out. I mean, Haiti's been devastated for years on end. You can consider them refugees, even though they wouldn't do that. The U.S. and the UN wouldn't consider them refugees, even though that there's political unrest going on over there. Warfare is war-torn. They still haven't even recovered from the 2010 earthquake. The Clintons and the foundation took all the damn money and the resources they're supposed to have. They're eating mud cookies over there. I mean, Haiti is in complete chaos over there. Can you hate? Can you be mad at somebody for trying to get up out of there and seek for better opportunities? I can't. I mean, I give a brother credit because he said, I'm not blaming the people. I'm blaming the people who's bringing them in and giving them, these particular passes. So, in one breath, he's saying, man, I can't blame him. But at the same time, it's like, well, I still got to holler at the people that's letting them in. So it says, as false claims spread, the more unsafe Haitian immigrants are feeling. Now they're going to become getting victimized because you got the Agent Orange out there bumping his gums, talking about they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. We're no damn proof. They got one sister. Hold on. I think this was it. I did put it on here. I'm not going to play it because he just said it. Let's see. Here's one picture right here. Can't take it anymore. Residents of Springfield, Ohio beg for help after 20,000 Haitians overwhelm the city and eat local wildlife. Now, this is a picture. This could be Photoshop. We don't know where he got the geese from or whatever the case may be. Maybe, hey, I wouldn't even put it back. Is it possible? Could they be over here thinking, oh, shoot, ducks, geese? I mean, you trying to tell me, hey, man, look, Moab and Esau eat ducks all the time. What's the problem? Oh, because they at the park, man. You sat them there that they're off limits. I'm not saying that it's cool, but they acting like eating a duck or a geese is foul according to our laws. Yeah, you can't eat those things. Those are unlawful birds. But just talking about eating them in general, Moab eats duck, fried duck. You see it on their damn their menus. Esau eats frog raw, which is duck liver. But they paint the Haitians like they over here just doing something real wild. And all the damn heathen eat the same damn thing. Now, whether this is a real picture, it's possible. It looked like it's real, but nowadays you can't put nothing past these damn heathens, man. The city of Springfield, Illinois, population 60,000, has been overwhelmed by roughly 20,000 Haitian illegal migrants who flocked to the city, exacerbating a significant housing crisis, according to the city officials, and eating pets and wildlife, according to locals. Another local resident posted a Facebook group that their neighborhood had a cat go missing. Of course, the niggas took it. Don't they have them old charities, Save the Kittens and all of that? I mean, this is what it's boiling down to. Cats are now becoming endangered. All the cats is missing. Well, why isn't that an old, saying? Anytime a Chinese restaurant pops up, man, the cats go missing, huh? But they not talking about them though, are they? Dogs coming up missing every time a damn Chinese and Filipino restaurant pop up. What? Come on. Another local restaurant. Here I go. Resident posted to a Facebook group that their neighborhood had a cat go missing, only to see it, quote, hanging from a branch like you do a deer for butchering, and the Haitians, were carving it up to eat. There's a Facebook group now. Now, you know, people always capping on Facebook, capping on TikTok. Uh, you know, you got to be careful what gets spread on social media, man. You said, how come they didn't say Haitians were attacking people coming out and pop? Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, you got Negroes, man, was out fighting and scrapping it out at Popeyes over chicken sandwiches a few years ago. I mean, come on, man. They acting like this is like breaking news that somebody's starving. With, I mean, look, you have people over here eating people on bath salts. I mean, live cannibalism that you caught on tape, camera, news. Remember that guy down in Miami, high off bath salts, eating somebody. You had the man out here in LA, had a human leg, man, was eating that. So let's not act like these drugged out zombies type stories of people eating other humans on psychedelic drugs and all this other stuff, man, has not been happening or never happened before. Don't act like all of a sudden the Haitians come over here and now cannibalism and eating unclean animals is happening all over the place now. America is selling all kind of abominations to eat. The heathens is selling all kind of abominations to eat. People hyped up on drugs, man, biting and eating up each other all the damn time. But no, they got to blame the Haitians, though. They're the ones doing it. Here's the one. They had now this one they had a video of, and they're tying in these wicked ass back. They're tying in her saying that this is an example of the Haitians eating cats. Meanwhile, this woman is a resident of Ohio. If you've seen the video, she clearly got a spirit on her. Who knows what she was on when she got found in the driveway with a dead cat, and she was biting on the cat, and the neighbors was all like, "Yeah, we definitely seen her eating the cat." But the media and the fake newscasters, they run around saying, "See, this is the Haitians. They eating the cats in the driveways." She ain't even a Haitian. Look at this. Shocking new body cam footage shows woman with fur on her lips arrested for eating a cat in Ohio. I mean, you can see her face. I don't see her fur on her lips. Can you? Do y'all see fur on her lips? I don't see it. Maybe you had to be there, you know. But anyway, police in Ohio have released grisly footage of a woman who allegedly stomped on a cat's head before feasting on the animal in full view of horrified witnesses. Alexis Farrell, 27. Alexis Farrell. Does that sound like a Haitian name? Does that sound like a French Haitian name? A Creole name? No, Alexis Farrell was found with fur on her lips and blood on her hands when police were called by shocked neighbors in the town of Canton on August 16th. Now, the Haitians supposed to are in Springfield. She's in Canton, Ohio. Let me finish. Farrell is a native of the town. She's not an immigrant. But they've been posting her in these stories and these damn Edomite and right-wing chat rooms and groups. And I've been following. I've been seeing them. Podcasts talking about them. And they're using this instance of a woman in a completely different town, doped out, spirits all on her, and saying this is a Haitian migrant who's eating cats. This is what Trump was trying to say. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. He's referencing, looking at this. He added in the dogs. You ain't seen nobody eat no damn dogs. This particular instance, and again, I guarantee you, matter of fact, in further reading this article, when she got arrested, man, they said that she pleaded not guilty by insanity. The woman clearly was out of her mind. I don't know if anybody's seen this video. If you haven't, man, go check it out. And you can see when the police is questioning her, she's spaced out. She don't know. They said, "Why'd you kill the cat?" She said, "I don't know." They said, "Go get in the car." Then they walk around, they questioning the neighbors. They was like, "Did you see her eat? Did you see her eat the cat?" They said, "Did you see her kill the cat or whatever?" And they was like, "No, we just pulled up and she was just sitting on the ground, uh, biting the cat." And they was like, "You seen her eating the cat?" And they was like, "Yeah, she was eating the cat." And that was all you could see. But notice it says Pharrell is a native of the town, which is 172 miles from Springfield, where unproven claims that Haitian migrants were eating pets have sparked a national scandal. So you see our people being politicized and being used, even the fake news, man, slandering the hell out of our people, utilizing this particular footage to say that all the Haitians is doing this. And she ain't even Haitian. She ain't even from Springfield. It's wicked as hell. But this again is another Hegelian dialectic, man. Problem, reaction, solution. This could be another aspect of, and you know how I go with the rednecks, man, and the crackers. They're gonna get hyped up. They're gonna load up the ARs. They loading up the nines. They loading up everything, saying, "I'm not. You ain't gonna steal my damn dog, because you know that's man's best friend. You ain't getting my dog. You ain't getting my cat. I'm paranoid. I'm shooting anybody, everybody. Oh, the gangs is here, or we ain't having it. We shooting back. We doing whatever." They trying to rile everybody up, man. They trying to get something started. That's a fact. Let's move on. Boeing is laying. Oh, well, they've got a strike going on. 33,000 Boeing union workers are going on strike. The first major walkout since 2008. What else can we link with 2008? Oh, the great economic collapse, the crash. Remember that? Real estate crash, banking crash, 2008. Boeing. This is going to impact a lot of the airlines. You know, as if they didn't already have enough problems with all them damn planes and falling apart and falling out the sky and everything else. Now the workers are going on strike. So that means airline cost, fees, delays, that's probably going to go up. More disarray in America. Meet the California car rental company at the center of a massive national theft ring. This is interesting and this is funny to me because when we was in Detroit a couple months ago, at the rental car place, I'm waiting for them to get our car. And the brother comes back in with his wife and he says, "Hey, I need another car, man. The car that y'all gave me, the tags are expired." And they like, "Oh, what? Oh, dang, sorry about that. Yeah, we're going to figure it out. We're trying to get you something else." So they got the brother. They finally worked it out. Got him another car, right? And I joked around. No, they finally get our car together. We go out. You know, you do the little inspection before you go back and let them know, okay, everything's cool. Inspect the car. I look at the plates. The tags expired back in March. Mind you, this was July. I said, what the hell? Another car with tags expired? And it was California plates. I go back in. I tell the sister, I said, hold on. I said, that the brother just came back with talking about tags expired. I said, now y'all gave me a car with tags expired, and it's California plates, and we from California with California damn license plate. I said, y'all trying to set us up? I said, let me find out y'all stealing cars over here. And she giggled and laughed and was like, well, don't worry, we'll get you another car. And she radioed in and trying to come to find out. Now I see the story. I said, man, they probably were stealing these damn cars. My son, I'd have died. Elder Rise Up, y'all witnesses. You remember that. So this was very interesting, man. So there was and is a car theft ring going on with rental cars. And I thought it was funny because 2 cars for sure, mine and another brother, they had expired tags from California. And they was trying to rent them things out. Bayan, you remember us telling you about that. California car rental company was found to be at the center of a nationwide crime tourism spree. Authorities in LA revealed this week. U.S. Attorney Martin Estrada said during a news conference on Wednesday, those thinking they can come to our country, take advantage of our liberties, and steal from the American people should think again. You know, but I'm not gonna read them, but I just thought it was funny. I was like, man, I was joking around, and I told us, I said, man, you trying to set us up? I said, you know, we from Cali, and you about to give me a pulled over out here in Detroit, messing around with the damn car with expired tags. I said, man, let me find out y'all in here getting stolen cars up in here. And she giggled like, oh, no. We got to find you something else. I'm like, yeah, find me something else. Don't get me jacked up. Moving on before we wrap up. GameStop, they plotting mass store closures. They're shutting 300 locations this past year. All the gamers out there, man. GameStop, they shutting down 300 locations. Remember, they pulled a lick on the stock market. They ran a whole little game. They whatever little Reddit group or whatever that was a couple years ago. They held the stock down and then they just ran it up, and a lot of people made a lot of money off of GameStop. But the gig is up, man. All the little easy money, fast money schemes that was going on, man, sliding down the pole is over with. GameStop, they're closing 300 stores. Oh, Kevin Hart, his restaurant's over with. California burger chain founded by Kevin Hart abruptly closes all his locations. Even he felt it. I hadn't got a chance to go there. I think one of the brothers went. They said it was pretty good, though. Hart House, it's a vegan burger spot, or was a vegan burger spot that he had out here. He had to shut it down. That's how bad it's getting. He couldn't maintain his restaurant. So all the people is out of business. I mean, out on their luck. Beloved local grocery store confirms closure after more than 100 years, but not before massive discounts hits the shelves. And they said that I think they said I forgot how many Big Lots are closing. I think they said about 300 Big Lots are closing too. Big Lots closing. This is a store been open for 100 years in Omaha, Nebraska. Walner's Neighborhood Grocery and Deli. You're hearing about more of these stores, man, that's been open for, what was that? The furniture store down south, I think it was in Mississippi. Been open for like 100 years. They shut down. They couldn't maintain in today's climate with, the inflation, the cost of doing business, the taxes, everything else, man, the payrolls, couldn't do it. After 100 years, man, to have to close them doors, got to be crucial. But that's what Bidenomics does. That's what the way the economy is rolling. And for the dummies that's running out there thinking like Koala Bear Harris she's gonna resurrect the lifeline of the economy, you can forget about it. Trump, forget about it. These people ain't gonna get their businesses back. All the layoffs, they ain't getting them back. It's over with. Potential port strike has retailers and manufacturers scrambling. So we just got through seeing the freight trucks getting laid off and losing their jobs. That was working with the U.S. Postal Service. Now they're even talking about potential strikes at the ports. Now, again, go back to the lesson I did about the fatness of the earth, and you see about all of the ports and how America operates with the ports, from the Bay to the Gulf to Virginia and Maryland, and all these particular ports allow imports, exports that helps the economy thrive. Remember when they had in LA in particular, when the ports was going on strike, or they got jammed up and they couldn't get the supplies in, and the port ships was stuck out in the damn Pacific, and the containers that was making it over here, they was leaving them in the streets. Stores wasn't getting their supplies. That possibly could be coming down the pipeline again. So you've got a potential strike happening at the ports. Retailers and manufacturers scrambling. That means grocery stores going to get hit. That means other particular retailers and manufacturers, they're not going to get their supplies. They're not going to get their stuff coming in. Look, retailers and manufacturers are seeking to mitigate a potentially multi-billion-dollar hit if members of the International Longshoremen's Association go on strike October 1st at 13 of the nation's major East Coast and Gulf Coast ports. The contract between the ILA and the United States Maritime Alliance, which negotiates on behalf of management of the ports, terminals, and shipping lines, is due to expire at midnight on September 30th. The contract covers 25,000 workers in ports stretching from Boston to Houston, the ILA said. So, if this happens, we're in real trouble. You talking about prices high now and not being able to get it? Get prepared, y'all. You got an extra $10, whatever the case may be. You might want to go hit the Dollar Tree, Dollar General, buy you some extra canned goods, because who knows how it could affect the supply chains of food and services that's coming in. And if they do go on strike in the next 17 days, it could affect everything. So start thinking about that, prepping up for that. Even outside of that, they talking about the government. They might have a government shutdown. It's time for that budget to kick back in. More than likely, they're not going to do it because they've been able to, scramble and strike midnight at the midnight hour deals every time they say that there's a potential government shutdown. But even that's on the table right now. So a lot of things to look out for. Hundreds of thousands of Cuba is without water. That's another one. We just talked about this scripture. What was it, yesterday? In Isaiah 41. Isaiah 41:17 says, when the poor and the needy seek water and there is none, and the tongue faileth for thirst, I, Yahweh, will hear them. I, the power of Israel, will not forsake them. So even when it's times of need, water, this, that, and third, the Most High said he's always going to look out for his people. So even though they're over there in Haiti, over there in Cuba, man, they said that thousands of people right now don't have water. They're still going to be able to survive. The Most High is going to take care of them because, look, he says, I will open rivers in high places and mountains, and fountains in the midst of the valleys. I will make the wilderness a pool of water and the dry land springs of water. This is how the miraculous nature of the Most High will provide for us in our times of need. So when the scriptures say that, in the times of calamity, my servants are going to eat, my servants are going to drink, the Most High is going to make a way for it, but not without seeing some examples first. You see this? Hundreds of thousands in Cuba are without water. Water shortages in Cuba are increasingly flaring tempers, including in capital Havana, as problems mount for hundreds of thousands of residents already ragged from shortfalls in food, fuel, and electricity. Upwards of 600,000 people, more than 1 in 20 on the Caribbean island of 10 million citizens, are suffering from water supply issues, officials said earlier this month. Havana is the worst affected by water shortages, though most of the country's largest cities report over 30,000 customers without water, the government has said. Can you imagine? And you're going to be mad at somebody running over here saying, I need water, I need to survive. You're not being able to bathe, hydrate, clean your clothes, your dishes, whatever the case may be. Water is essential for life, man. And people ain't getting it in Cuba. And that all goes to show you, man, when you get cut off from America, or you decide to say, you know what, I don't want to, get in bed with the mother of harlots no more, man. I'm off the tit of poison. You see what happens. Last story, look at this. Dozen common kitchen spices found to have dangerous levels of cancer-causing lead, and 1 teaspoon is enough to cause harm. Did you hear that? There's at least a dozen brands of ground cinnamon contain dangerous levels of toxic metals, and investigation is found. I mean, there's nothing safe out here anymore, man. I mean, these bastards, man, are contaminated and mess with every damn thing. Right now, what's on the table is cinnamon. Okay. So for all those who got cinnamon, you might want to double check the brands that you're getting involved with. These are the ones right now, cinnamon brands with dangerous amounts of lead. They said even a teaspoon could be leading to high levels of carcinogens, i.e., cancer-causing chemicals that can jack you up. And they talking about the kids and the youth. They getting hit up with high levels and getting hit with cases as we speak right now. So you got Paras cinnamon powder, EGN cinnamon powder, Mimi's products, ground cinnamon. They got 3.52 parts per million. So 3.52 parts of lead per every million, I guess, speck of powder, I guess. I don't know how that really works, but if you have any of these brands, get rid of them. Get a different brand. These are all cancer-causing cinnamon products that will jack you up. Bowl and basket ground cinnamon, Granny brand ground cinnamon, Zara Food cinnamon, Mimi's again, Yu brand, Three Rivers cinnamon. The only one that I've seen that might be, common might be this one, Badia cinnamon powder, because they also sell some other Latin spices or whatnot. But some of these other ones look like they might be from India or China or something like that. But yeah, be careful out there, man. Deep cinnamon powder, Belfang 5-spice powder. These are all cancer-causing cinnamon-based products that you have to be careful of. All right. So just want to throw that health news out there as well. Outside of that, man, your brother's going to go ahead on and call it a night. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, IQAhmath, man. The water for the brothers and sisters, man, who tuned in live, man, stayed up with me. I know some of y'all is pushing, what time is it, 10? Some of y'all is almost 1:30. Some of y'all is 12:30. Some of y'all are with me right now. It's 10:22, going on 10:30, right? All praise to the Most High. Stop buying ground, powder, anything. Grind your own everything. Pestle and mortar. Good advice. Good advice. They're having we got to start expanding our resources and doing things better for ourselves, because Lord knows, man, our enemies know that they're poisoning everything that we touch. Their objective is to try to get rid of us. And if they take down some of their own in the process, it's not a problem. They're considered casualties of war, man. Losses for the greater good, right? That's how it goes, though. So I'm going to close out there, man. Yeah, there you go, Bayan. Kwame Yasha all day long, man. Rise, Israel. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, IQAhmath, man. Always remember, fear the Most High, keep the commandments, and don't shoot the messenger. See y'all tomorrow, Lord willing.